How to beat your opponent in Sicilian Alapin variation. How to surprise your opponent after e4, c5 and c3. How to have fun and how to improve your chess. Let's play d5. Let's improve your chess. Let's beat your opponent and don't worry of Sicilian Alapin variation. I believe that this variation is simple to learn, simple to play and simple to understand, and that's exactly what's going on. So again and again, e4, c5, c3 and d5. After exchange on d5, let's remember black's setup. First, we have strong and powerful queen in the center. That's cool. Second, we are going to place our knight to c6 and then bishop to f5. Okay, one more time to remember. e4, c5, c3. Now, d5, first queen, knight, and the bishop. You know, the main theory will tell you that most common move is bishop g4, but we are playing bishop f5. And that's a really cool variation. What is idea behind this move? Our idea should be to take on d4, then to take on b1, and maybe to take on a2. If you love unclear position, let's go on. But it's not only one way how to play this position. But now let's watch what are the white's answers. White has a chance to play knight a3. Anyway, this is the most typical move in Alapin Sicilian variation. Good to you is that this move here is a bad move and you have chance to have big advantage. Lots of people playing Alapin variation are going to play this move. So you have chance to surprise your opponent, you have chance to beat your opponent, and you have chance to win lots of games. Anyway, my name is Petr Koutný and I'm going to welcome you here to watch this video, to learn this variation and to improve your chess. I hope that you are going to enjoy this video. And if yes, just feel free and press like or press follow and made my day. Knight a3 is first variation. Bishop e2 is the second variation. And bishop e3, I think, is the best option at all. It's good to remember that every times or nearly every times our answer is to exchange pawn on d4. So it's just simple to remember. You're playing d5, queen d5, knight c6, bishop f5, and if you have chance, you're going to take on d4. Okay, knight a3 I told you is a bad move. Now let's watch why. So you're taking on d4. Don't worry. So knight b5 looks like threat. Knight c7 fork and problems and difficulties. But don't worry. It's not your problem. It's a white's problem. Because you're going to play a long castle and now everything changed. And white is facing big difficulty. He's pawn down, so he has to take pawn back. Say cd4, d5. Check on b4 is a threat, and don't worry, bad move here is ed5 because you are going to checkmate white in a first move. I believe that knight c3 makes sense. So then queen a5 and the spin is still danger. This rook here is doing amazing job and I believe that white is going to play move d5. Don't worry, still this pawn is pinned. So knight f6, you have chance to play bishop b4 anyway. bishop c4, and now you are winning pawn. After beautiful variation, knight d5, you're going to sacrifice a piece, but you are not going to sacrifice because this piece is pinned, and bishop b4. The threat is to take on c3, and back you are taking piece on d5, and you are with healthy extra pawn. That's it. Nothing else. You are the winner. So knight b5 is not good move. Maybe your opponent is going to surprise you with move bishop c4. Looks a danger, but it's not a danger, believe me. You're going for check queen e4. Now white has to be careful. Bishop e2, you're winning a piece with move d3. That's a pin. Bishop e3 is a good move because it's not healthy to take on e3 because deadly threat bishop f7 and knight g5 fork check, black is lost. But that's a blunder, of course, to take a piece on e3. The best way is to play move e6, no more threats on f7, and here maybe check on b4 is nice, or maybe you taking knight on a3. I believe that that's a good way how to go on. Maybe you should play knight f6, and after a few more moves you are absolutely fine. Good position, and the answer why everything is fine for black. Okay, maybe after check on e4, black is happy to see move king f1. e6 anyway, and maybe d3, good threat, knight d4, exchange, rook c8, and I believe that that's a cool position. Don't worry, no one is going to play this variation because no one is happy to have such important piece in the middle of the board. So let's make the first summary. Knight a3, it's not good. Your answer is to take on d4 immediately. And now we are going to follow second variation, bishop e2. Normal looking move, simple variation. You're taking on d4. Now you worry of knight c3. So you're taking knight on b1. Maybe you're taking pawn here, but first you're playing e6. Now is a threat to take pawn on a3, say maybe b3, and you're playing knight f6, bishop e7, your castle, rook d8, maybe rook d7, maybe rook d8, here, somewhere here, and you're playing against this weak, isolated d4 pawn. Really easy to play, easy to understand, and easy to outplay your opponent. Here, you are not worried of opening. Everything is up to you. Let's beat your opponent and let's prove that you know how to play against weak d4 isolated pawn. Right? So bishop e2, it's not a danger at all. White to take on c5. Now you have option to go for queen d1 or simple you taking on c5. Just imagine you taking on c5, going to a5, and then you're going to c7, and this position is absolutely fine. No big difficulties. Of course, here you will take in, but that's only joke. So okay, maybe you are taking on d1, and here you are fine as well. Long castle, e5, knight e7, knight d5, bishop e7, f6. I believe that here black's got advantage. You have two ways how to play this position. Firstly, you have chance to take a pawn back, and secondly, you have chance to play for compensation. It's up to your chess style, but here you are not worst, you are absolutely fine. So now let's watch the best whites answer bishop e3. Knight f6, knight a3, exchange on d4 and knight b5. Long castle and say knight d4 is knight g4 strong. A famous game won by top GM Nigel Short follows. We need to exchange on e3, knight d4, e6, and that was a beautiful victory of Nigel Short. So let's make a small summary. Bishop e3, knight f6. If you mind play this position, and I believe that this position is fine as well. Maybe you are playing this position with slight different, and here you should take on d4 immediately, on b1 to play e6, that's a threat, say maybe a3, and you are going to build this position like this. It's a simple way how to play this position. I believe that here you're going to press your opponent against a weak, isolated pawn on d4, and you have good game. Don't worry about opening. Now is everything up to you, but you have solid, safe, and good position. Okay, maybe let's watch this variation. Bishop e3, knight f6. Say knight a3, exchange, knight b5, long castle, knight d4, knight g4 anyway, and knight e3, e6, knight d4, bishop c5, and here I believe that black is absolutely fine. Of course, rest is up to you, but the main idea how not to be worried of Alapin Sicilian variation started right now, right here. c3 d5, first queen, second knight, third bishop, and then now you are waiting for a white's answers. Knight a3, not great, you taking on d4. Bishop e2, not great, you taking on d4. Bishop e3 is the best, and now you have chance to take on d4, take knight on b1 and to play same position. Or maybe you playing knight f6, what seems to be more unclear, more danger, and more exciting, and say knight a3, you taking on d4 right now, and now you playing long castle with early sharp, double edge position, but I believe that black is on the top and is doing well. Knight d4 or 5 is strong here. I believe that this video is going to help you. I believe that this video is going to show you how to play this opening and how to be winner in Alapin Sicilian variation. I hope that you enjoyed. Hope that you improve your chess, and if yes, feel free and press like or press follow, and next time I will show you another interesting line, how to surprise your opponent, how to beat your opponent, and how to win lots of chess games. Fun soon, and take care. Bye bye.